Welcome to the Talk Exchange podcast. It's your boys Nick and Francis in the building.
In the building. Nick
live
is popping.
in the flesh.
Live in the flesh, live and direct. Coming straight at ya, coming straight to ya.
Okay, there you go. What's up with you, man? How you doing?
Hey, nothing much, man. I'm chilling. Happy to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, the weather. Amazing
Been
weather.
getting good. Been getting good.
Yeah, spring's here.
And the good thing is that everything is opening up.
That's right.
Everybody's excited. I'm waiting for the time that they say no mask. That's what I'm waiting for.
Nice.
And get into this hot weather. All the events are coming back again after 2 years of lockdown. So
yeah,
I'm super excited about that.
Definitely. Me too. And you know what the funny thing is though? Spring's in the air, summer, then we're back to fall and winter. You know what I mean? It goes so fast.
So fast.
So, but because like you said, everything's opening up, a lot of people are going to cherish the spring and summertime because there's no telling when or if we might go into another lockdown the next winter season.
Yeah, exactly. And I know a lot of people probably don't even have their summer bodies on because we're coming out that pandemic.
Yeah, they got to do something about it.
I know my summer body, I don't know. It's close though. It's close, not too far. I didn't really do the pandemic, gain weight stuff and all that out of shape, But again, my line of work.
Exactly.
I'm always kind of like
moving
physical,
around. Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So
and for me, man, you already know, I'm always always forever
You're always
in shape.
in the gym. You a beast.
Yeah,
man.
you know what I mean? Always in shape. So I won't have that problem when the time comes, you know what I mean?
There you go. I don't know if I could walk on the beach with shirtless yet, but
man, listen, life is too short. You don't need a six pack. Yeah. You just need to have your health and just no shirt.
Health and no shirt. Okay.
That's it.
That's what I'll tell them. Yeah.
No shirt, drink
water.
I got
my health. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay because there are other people that are really, really bad.
Yeah.
But they still flaunt what they got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They do.
So it's all about how you feel, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
Straight up.
So jumping right in.
Okay.
One of the topics that I definitely found very interesting is resentment and frustration. Now, what I mean by that is, do you appreciate your partner or prioritize your partner? Now, some people may not even understand that, but for example, a woman may be in a relationship with someone, and there's a lot of stuff that she wants to do, or situations that arise, and she feels that person is not prioritizing her.
Okay.
For example, a guy is always out with his friends, always doing this, always doing that, planning this, going to dinner here, with having that meeting there or whatever, but never including his significant other. She may think or not be happy with that situation, like not being included, not having date night, etc., and now have a resentment. But she doesn't really know. Now they're getting in arguments, little arguments over nothing, because she has this resentment.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So where at what point, how would you tell a woman to understand that she has resentment towards the other person?
Man, how would you tell?
Yeah.
I mean, we've been in long relationships. I mean, you can only go by that individual, but a lot of it is there's a commonality in how men describe resentment that they get from their wives or girlfriends.
Right.
For me, the signs would be if we have an argument and you bring it up once, you bring it up twice, you bring it up 3 times, then we need to talk about it.
Yeah.
What's really bothering you? Because you're mentioning this over and over again.
Yeah.
Have the discussion. A lot of things has to do with communications.
Yeah.
People don't communicate.
Yeah.
And sometimes when they do, if that person is probably angry at that time and you're angry at that time, then sometimes your communications will not run smooth or go smooth, right?
Yeah.
But in the event where the both of you have clear heads and you're able to communicate, a lot of things would be resolved because you had the time to really sit down and think.
Yeah. I think that's where I would know that something's off. The communication breakdown, like you said.
Yeah,
there's
definitely.
Communication breakdown because how that person will normally act now, that person is probably a little bit more laid back. If I know someone's personality is a little bit more cheery, and now all of a sudden, she's not as cheery, or I'm telling her something that I think is quite, humorous or funny or whatever, and she's just like, then I know something's wrong.
Yeah.
Something's off.
But here's a question. So, but will that be considered as resentment at that particular time?
There's
Maybe
something bothering her.
There's something
Yeah, I
bothering
mean,
her.
you always know when something's bothering a woman.
And especially when you ask them and they say no. It's a
Oh,
way that
my
they say
goodness.
no. You get what you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, right? It's a way that they
That's
say
common
no.
with a
It's
lot of
yes, yes.
Okay, what's
Not
wrong with
all,
you?
but
Nothing?
a lot. Yes.
Nothing.
We've all received that.
Yeah.
We've all
Okay,
received
something's
that.
wrong. What is it?
Exactly.
Nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have a bad day?
Yep.
No. Yeah. Everything's good.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's like, no, something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
So that's a clear sign.
That's a
But
clear sign.
I think the person, no matter how it could be vice versa. The guy can resent the woman for whatever reason.
Definitely,
too.
yeah.
And a lot of times, sometimes it's decisions on having children. That there's a resentment. So two people may talk about wanting to have children, and that woman really wants to have children, and the man wants to wait, or vice versa.
Yeah, that's true.
The man really wants to start a family, and the woman wants to wait.
Oh, that's a big resentment. Yo, you're right.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's
That's now you had the discussion, but now there's no family being started.
Yeah.
So now there's that constant resentment, and everybody's going along their merry way, just trying to like put it under the carpet, but there's always
it's there,
because that's not resolved.
Yeah, it's not resolved. Exactly.
Yeah. Any issue that I think is in a relationship, if it's not resolved, it's going to come back up.
It's definitely going to come back up, and it comes back up in different ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that are pretty much just make your relationship go stale.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but a lot of people there are a lot of guys that really don't see the signs. When a woman, like you just said, hey, what's wrong? Oh, nothing. No, look at how she says nothing.
Yeah.
Open a dialogue, talk.
Yeah.
Find out what does it. Okay, no problem. Because sometimes they don't even want to really like explain to you.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, but yeah, there are so many issues that will cause resentment. And the one you just brought up, that one is a huge one.
Yeah.
Because that happens in real life.
Yeah. All the
also,
time.
Yep. So having a children is one. Marriage. We've talked about marriage.
Yeah.
We've talked about one of our previous episodes. We've talked about marriage pressures from women.
Right.
That could be another big resentment.
Yeah.
Huge.
I know mostly a lot of women want to get that ring and start that family and whatnot, but I know for the most part, men tend to take a little bit more time with that.
Because we're chill.
Yeah. Yeah, some of us are chill. And this is going to be on another topic, but I also heard actually from Steve Harvey saying that men actually know it's a secret, that he said this is a secret. And I don't know too much about it, but men actually know within 6 months of dating if you're the one.
Man, I'm a man, but I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I've dated somebody for like over a year and still don't even think about that.
Yeah.
Wow. So I mean,
all right.
Because we're just chill.
Yeah. Well,
hey man, not all men, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
A lot of men are just relaxed and just calm and usually just go with the flow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So that would definitely be an issue that will cause resentment for sure. The marriage thing.
Oh, definitely.
100%.
Yep.
And I think if you are having that conversation about marriage, and it's not going anywhere, there's some type of issue. Sometimes it can be just money, because some people just don't feel comfortable, going to the next stage, and they're not properly, set up in the bank.
Of course, they're not set up in a bank to do this wedding that's going to cost over $30,000.
Yeah.
Or
start a family
right? I mean, starting a family, that's great for people that can have, children naturally.
Yeah.
It don't cost a lot of money to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
But there is a certain commitment, and some people like to know that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
Some people,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Some people do.
There's when you talk about mat leave, if that woman is working, when you talk about mat leave, they're only getting a certain amount of pay at that point. There's a lot of formula and diapers and stuff to buy. And then after that, daycare costs are crazy.
Daycare costs are ridiculous.
Dude,
in Ontario, Ridiculous,
yeah.
man.
So
Toronto, especially.
yeah. So some people really want to know. They don't want to bring a child into the world that they're going to struggle. You
Yeah.
know, they really want to do it the right way.
But I find it from my experience, my personal experience, and also from others that I've known, they usually worry about that after.
Yeah.
The blessing is what they're looking for.
Mhm.
And they worry about those other things later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can see that being 50-50. Someone be looking at, oh, you know what? I don't worry about bringing a kid in because of the daycare fees and everything else. And then some people be like, yo, I don't care. Once I
Yeah.
have a healthy kid, everything will work out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The way it's supposed to.
In some
you know?
situations, it does.
In
It
some
does work itself
situations, it
its way out.
does.
And same thing with like starting a marriage
Yeah.
or whatever. It does work itself out.
It does, yeah.
In some situations, but in other situations, it doesn't.
Yeah, but marriage, this one, you need to bring that money up front
Yeah.
to do all of that stuff. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of money. It's
It
a
is.
lot of money. It's a lot
It
of
is.
planning. It's a lot of everything. And if you don't have your finances right, man, you
Yeah.
do this lavish wedding, and the next month you're getting evicted from your home.
Yeah.
Then why did you do that?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, the resentment from not having children. You know, when you want to have a child, your partner doesn't want to have a child. That can definitely cause for resentment, especially if the lady is getting older.
Yeah.
If the woman's
That's a-
getting
that-
older,
yeah, that's a
she
big
will
one.
hold that against you. Why did you waste her time?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now you guys probably broke up because she couldn't take it no more. Now she can't even have a child, or now it's
Yeah.
more difficult to have a child.
Yeah.
She's never gonna let that go from you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
It's so
You're
it's
absolutely
yeah.
right.
So that's a big resentment, and you
Yeah.
made that's a valid a resentment example you brought up.
Yeah.
And then of course the marriage thing too.
Yeah.
All your friends are getting married, but I'm not getting married. He doesn't
Right.
care. Then
Exactly.
she's
Exactly.
even when you go out, she's gonna feel away every time you go out with somebody that's been married.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely right. I mean, but some situations, some people have previous experiences,
Yes.
so they understand. Like, you know, if it's just like even buying a car, you bought a used car, and it was a lemon. The next time you're gonna buy a car, you're gonna do all your due diligence,
All your investigations.
before you
Yes.
purchase that car. It's either a brand new car, or you know, you're really gonna get like your mechanic to look at it, whatever. And so you make sure you're not getting
of course.
exactly. So some people come with experiences where they've had a kid before, so
Yeah.
they understand the process.
Yeah.
And so going forward, they don't want to make certain mistakes again.
Yeah.
They've probably maybe been married before, so they understand the process and understand like the certain problems and situations you face and what you have to go through.
Yeah.
So they're making sure that next time is a proper step.
There's a proper step.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
So I mean, but to someone else who hasn't been through that process, they may not understand that.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? They're just thinking it's their first time. So
yeah.
let me just get this car. It's okay.
Yeah.
You know
exactly,
what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe it's not. It's going to be a lemon.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, I think so that's where the frustration comes into play after that.
Mhm.
After that resentment, because once that resentment comes in, the frustration sets in.
Yeah, of course, because you're frustrated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you can't express yourself, because if you express yourself, or maybe your partner might, you know, maybe your wife or maybe your husband might argue with you,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And you just don't want to hear that. So you'd rather just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
And when you keep your mouth shut, you're holding everything inside.
Yeah, it keeps boiling over.
Yeah. And you get frustrated. And then all it takes is one moment
Yep.
where you guys have that kickoff.
Yeah.
And then you'll find out, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
And she or he are going to just tell you everything.
Yeah.
It happens. People
It
have
does.
the boiling point.
Yeah.
You ever argue with a girl or a girlfriend or a wife, and she starts saying stuff even from like 10 years ago,
Yeah.
but you're like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
That's an
It
example.
wasn't taken care of. That's why.
Exactly.
It wasn't fully addressed properly, and maybe it was talked about and just left, you know, shoved under the rug.
And here's another thing. Sometimes you have talked about it, but they just want to keep bringing it up forever.
Yeah.
Some,
Because for them, it's not situated
Yes.
yet.
for some, well, you know, a lot of women, they can hold something against you, a grudge, and keep going.
Yeah.
Like, for example, if you cheated, oh my God, if you cheated and you try to make it work, you better be on your best behavior forever, because
Yeah.
every time you guys argue, that might come up in the
that's coming
convo,
up.
because it's a hurt
Yeah.
that she had to tolerate, but she will never forget.
Yeah.
So they have their points where they unleash.
Yeah. Both ways though, too.
Yes,
Because
of course.
when a woman cheats, like, wow, you know, and I've been in that situation. It's not a great feeling. It's so hard
Man,
to move forward.
you see?
and then there's resentment again. So
Yeah.
how do you get over it? You know
So
what I mean?
so here's my question. Why stay if you know you're going to have that type of resentment that has changed your relationship?
Sometimes it's hard to question love, you know.
Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah, because when you love somebody, you know, you want to think the best even though the worst happened. You know.
Man, that's
So,
that's for them, man.
yeah. Yeah, I know it again, I've been in that situation.
Hmm.
Um where there probably should have been times that I should have left. And I haven't been perfect in every situation,
Yeah.
but for whatever reason, that's why I wasn't perfect. But, you know, being in that situation after getting cheated on, it's really tough because you're looking at that person. It depends on who it
It
is.
depends on, okay.
That person that you're in a relationship and you're looking for forward a future with that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
hard
that hurts,
because
man.
you love that person. So now you're like, you're trying so hard to look at different angles of it, you know, and you know, so you could sleep at night, you know,
Gotcha.
and carry on, you know what I mean? But it takes so long, time, right?
Man.
And you carry this resentment, and every time something happens or they say something that's going to trigger that emotion, and now you're frustrated, and now you're arguing for nothing. Now with time, like even if you had date night, it's not going well because something happened and you're thinking about that time.
Yeah,
You
you know
know,
what? That's
sometimes
very
that resentment
unfortunate.
could move, like go for a long time.
That's definitely unfortunate. Like, I mean, as an adult, as somebody that's have you know, experience with relationships, marriage, you know, etc. I don't think, for me at this stage of my life, because I know who I am and I know what I can and cannot tolerate, I don't think I could stay.
Right.
I don't care what kind of love you're talking about. Like, if you break my heart, I can't be sleeping with you the same. I can't
Yeah.
look at you the same.
Right.
And I'm not going to be in some cube or this box where I got to try my best to adapt and
Yeah.
fight my feelings and all my demons. And no,
Yeah.
it's going to hurt when I leave.
Yeah.
But guess what? At least in a few months, weeks, months, I'm
Yeah.
going to be okay.
Yeah. Do you think love should be easy?
I mean, love is a complex thing. You know what I mean? Love. You said, do I think love should be easy? I would like to think that love should be easy.
Yeah.
But it's not.
But it's not. Well, you know what? For some people, it is. Some people, the way they look at it, love should be easy. You love each other, which comes with the respect for each other. So not all that foolishness in between won't come up because you have that love and respect for that person. That's how some people look at it. And I believe it because I do see some people in that situation. Now it's life. Everybody gets into situations and arguments and whatnot and disagreements, but you have real love and respect for each other. You should be able to get over certain things quicker than if there was no resentment or whatever.
For
you know
sure.
what I mean? So,
but you said arguments and fights. We're talking about somebody inserting their cucumber in your wife's game slot. I'm sorry, it's a different type of battle there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Knowing that your wife was you know, doing what you guys do in bed with somebody else and you find out, that's different.
Yeah.
And that goes for men too. Your wife finds out that you were intimate with somebody else, you know, when you gave her the impression that you're the only one for me, and then you go ahead and cheat and she finds out. That's not a regular fight. That's crazy. You got to look at that person in the morning. Every time you look at it in bed, you're like, oh, wow.
Because there's a huge deception there. There's a huge deception there when somebody cheats, right? There's a huge deception. And when you're thinking that person is for you, some people really, you know, take that seriously. And other people are a little bit more open in terms of, you know, what happened exactly. Was this a long and ongoing relationship, or was it just one day you were drinking and happened to be, he fell and happened to fell on his, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but there are levels. There's levels to everything in life. There's levels to that too.
You can't be too drunk to have intercourse. I'm sorry, man. You can't be too drunk to have intercourse.
you're really rigid that way, along with a lot of other people, you're rigid that way. It's either black or white. Like, you cheated, that's it.
That's it.
There's no reasons you're not. There's no reason to be level-headed about it. It's just it's not happening.
But if you're in an open relationship, you wouldn't have to worry about none of that.
How did I know that was coming?
Because it is what it is. You wouldn't have to worry about none of that.
You're right. Being in an open relationship, you don't have to worry about that.
You don't care about that stuff.
There's still levels to it, because
definitely,
when you have a certain, I think some open relationships, they give you that leeway to talk to other people or whatnot, but not that leeway to have another relationship.
That is true.
There's a difference between just maybe fooling around with somebody and then having an ongoing relationship with somebody.
That is true. And it all boils down to powerful sex.
What?
Let me break this down.
Please do.
So it was a one-time thing. You know what I mean? Met this girl. We did our thing, but we had intercourse, and the intercourse was amazing.
Yeah. She
made me orgasm 3-4 times. I never had that in my life. I made her orgasm 3-4 times. She never even knew what an orgasm meant till she met me.
Wow.
Now, is she going to go back home, or are we both going to go back home and say, man, that was a one-time thing? No, Nick. It's going to start happening again and again and again. And then once that happens, the more you see somebody, the more you have that type of powerful sex, a relationship starts to form.
Yeah.
Just like anything in life, when you meet people, sex is what determines if that person is going to be an item or not.
Yeah. So what I'll say to that is, you're absolutely right. So those two people that are going to say that they're in an open relationship, they need to know that their connection sexually is tight.
It's tight.
Because if I was going to do that, I have to know that our sexual connection is super tight. Then I could allow that. If I know it's like, okay, maybe we don't have that much chemistry, but we like each other, love each other, whatever, and we're kind of just doing, but I understand, like, there's not that certain, that, like, crazy, mind-blowing, toe-curling sex happening.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Then I know, and like you said, giving a woman an orgasm or whatever the deal is, if your woman never orgasmed, now you're standing the chance or risking the chance that someone else is going to do that.
She's gone.
Nick, she is
I'm speaking
gone.
from
and
experience.
He is gone as well.
I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Not everybody is built for open relationships. Not everybody's built for having threesomes and foursomes, with friends, because you want to be cool and want to try to act tough.
Yeah.
If you and I say, hey, you know what? Bring your wife, bring my wife. Let's have fun. And Nick, and you're not built for it.
Yeah.
And I end up pleasing your wife more than you.
Yep.
There's going to be a problem.
There's going to be a huge problem.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing you pleasing my wife more than I do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to want to have that happen. No. Because I know she's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
She might be there in the physical, but I know her mind's gone.
Yeah.
Nick, sex is a powerful thing.
It sure is.
Every creature has sex. Except for creatures that have asexual creatures.
Yeah.
I guess the ones that they're able to have, like, reproduce without any intercourse.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, parameciums and
well, I mean, you're getting deep.
But I'm getting deep.
In
it's
a human
okay.
form, yeah.
In a human form. Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, every animal has intercourse. Every animal, because it's a powerful thing.
Yes.
Now, you're telling me you met somebody they had an open relationship with that was able to, like, take you on this sexual journey that you've never experienced, and then you got to go back and sleep with your husband?
Yeah.
My friend, she or he are gone.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, I guess meeting a woman that does all these different type of tricks and
guys
stuff, and then because I know, like, guys could do some tricks too that you don't do.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So
pick her up, flipping her all across the room, like, you never picked her up ever.
And you said I'm getting too deep, right? And you said I'm getting too deep. All right, cool. I get it. But really take it in. The only time people don't really worry about, like, cheating and everything else are a lot of people that are in open relationships.
Yeah.
Like swingers. They go to swingers clubs.
Yeah.
Like you said, but they have a connection.
Yeah.
And they know they're not concerned about that.
Yeah.
Those guys have a more successful relationship than people that are single.
Yeah.
Can you imagine you're with somebody and you're checking a phone, where are you? Where are you now? Or you're with that girl, da 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 da. Like, somebody that's in an open relationship don't have the time for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Just come home and treat me the same.
Yeah.
If you're treating me different in the bedroom, then something is off. We gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
But if you're still keeping that same energy,
yeah,
I don't care if you're talking on the phone. I don't care if you go outside in the hallway to talk. I don't care if you come home at 4 in the morning. No, because we have an open relationship and you're not changing what we do.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So
what I say with that takes a very special set of people to enter that realm of a relationship,
which will lead to less resentment.
Yes.
When it comes to like cheating,
right?
Compared to people that are just in a single monogamous relationship, and a monogamous relationship, and they're worried about, oh my God, you cheated, you broke my heart, and then you stay with that same person, you're gonna be resentful of that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So I mean, resentment and frustration does occur, depending what the situation is.
Yeah. So what I would say with somebody that's in a relationship and something happened, a situation that happened, and they are feeling some type of resentment over that, I would suggest that you sit down and actually talk it out and get to a conclusion that you could live with.
100%.
Yeah. And if you make a decision if a situation happens, like, okay, let's bring back up starting a family, having a child.
Yeah.
Whatever decision you make within that discussion, you got to be willing to live with.
Yeah.
If you say, okay, you know what? I understand. We'll make some more money, get a little bit more situated, get a place, and we'll talk about this in another year.
Yeah.
Right? Within that year, you can't be holding any resentment.
Yeah, you shouldn't be. Yeah.
You shouldn't be. So
you're right.
Yeah. So that's what I would advise somebody
you're right.
is if there is a problem, talk it out, come to a conclusion that you could live with until you revisit that situation.
Yeah. And what I would also recommend and also suggest as well is, if you have a resentment with your partner over something that you cannot get over, then you should probably just end your relationship
and
move on.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to have that resentful husband or resentful wife.
Yes, exactly.
It sucks.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So move on.
Yeah. And again, alongside, if you do decide to stay and you want to go forward in your relationship, make that plan together for your relationship in the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that resentment doesn't come back, because if you revisit that, like if you let it go and you're still not making a plan to get there again, then when it comes back, you're going to have that resentment all over again. It's like nothing happened. There was no progress.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It all depends on the type of resentment you're dealing with too.
Yeah, exactly.
But some you could negotiate and some you just can't.
There's no negotiation.
Yeah, there's no, and that's my point, where it's like, if you know you can't get over it, then maybe just end your relationship.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do not want to leave. Some people rather stay miserable than to look for happiness.
Yeah. Because sometimes the grass is not that green.
I know.
Elsewhere. And especially now, and I've been hearing from a lot of people.
Yeah.
The dating world is not that great. I've been hearing that from some people or whatever.
But tell me this, would you rather stay in a relationship that's bad for your health mentally and sometimes physical, or would you rather take your chances by still dating with the hopes of maybe finding somebody?
Yeah, no, I'll be gone. If I'm miserable, I'll be gone.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So
for sure.
Yeah, some dating game here, there, doesn't matter, man. I'd rather have peace of mind. I'd rather be single for a long time, knowing that at least I could sleep properly at night, than for me to have a bickering partner that's just making my life a living hell.
That's it. I'm with you on that.
It's just how it goes.
That's how it goes.
So resentment leads to frustration. Frustration can get really, really nasty. It could get physical. It could be it could lead into abusive relationships. It could lead to a lot of things.
Yeah.
Just like Nick said, just talk it out. Communication is the key. Or, like I said, take off.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it.
So, ladies or gentlemen, do not hold on to resentment. It's not going to be good for the relationship. So try not to hold on to any resentment, letting it fester to frustration. Talk it out. and try and move on, make a plan to move on and overcome.
And if you really believe in your love and want to try to make it work, there's nothing wrong with even getting help. Go to therapy.
Yeah.
Go to therapy, seek therapy, try to see if you can get somebody that can make you guys work.
Yeah.
If all that doesn't work, then maybe you need to take the next step.
Yeah.
You already know what that step is.
Yeah. Some men most men don't like therapy. They don't think they need therapy. Most women probably be a little bit more on board with that, but that is a good, that's a good option
for everybody.
That is a good option for people to have.
For sure. Everybody needs help from time to time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Francis, man. Appreciate you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Talk Exchange. Please catch us again right here on Spotify, on RSS.com, and also
Google
on
Podcasts,
Google Podcasts,
Apple Podcasts,
and all that. Yes.
Of course, YouTube.
Yep, YouTube as
Instagram,
well.
just look up the Talk Exchange.
There you go. Thank you once again, and see you next time.
We're out. Peace.